Fishes do stay in the natural habitat. There are a lot of advantages they have in that too as well. Most of the advantages they have is the water management. Yeah, most especially if you are having maybe called the acidic water or the alkaline water in your area. If you are in a natural way, conveniently most of this water is being controlled by nature, because because of the soil and most of the eco system that do run in the system. Yeah, so these do control that too as well. So this, we have what we call the earthen pond. The earthen pond gush out water, and you can run your flow through system in that, which people normally have good result. But if you are using a semi-earthen pond are for those people that needed a natural source for their fishes. Maybe water is not really gushing out from the floor. Some people will even concrete the floor. Some people will use what we call the lining, and you put in your water. Hey, hello guys, good morning. You are welcome to my channel. You are welcome to Catfish Solution Place. Yeah, today is the 19th of April 2023, and today I would like to talk to you about a very great topic that presently affecting, which is one of the major challenges fish farmers are having presently in the country. From my thought, I just want to analyze and give advice for virtually newbies, or if you are in the business you have been in the business for a longer time now and you are still facing such a challenges. This report and information will help you. Yeah, it will definitely help you. So once again, my name still remains Odutola Isa Abiodun DTM, your great anchor on this channel. As you are watching, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube page, and make sure that you follow us on all our social media handles. Make sure that you follow us on our Facebook, and make sure that you follow us on our Twitter, on our Instagram, so that we can as well be giving you much needed information you need about fish farming. So today I'll be talking about the challenges that is facing fish farmers in the country. Challenges that are presently facing fish farmers in the country. There are a whole lot of challenges that are facing fish farmers in the country, but I will definitely talk about the major challenges that is facing us. Virtually most people that have just joined fish farming newly do a lot of complaints when they get looking at my feedbacks. They give a lot of complaints if the business is even profitable or not. How are people coping? Those people that are making profit, those people they are seeing out there that are buying cars, they are building houses, they are traveling abroad, is it from fish farming they are making it? Does it really worth it while to invest in fish farming? All these questions, all this feedback, I will answer it for you here today. As I said, once again, make sure that you watch this video to the end, because there are a lot of informations you will be tapping, you will be gaining from this wonderful and short video. Let me just give you an introduction. As we all know that fish farming is all about raising fishes, producing fish. And presently we have two ways of doing this. We have what we call the artificial fish farming, and we have the natural fish farming. But the major one I'll be talking about is the artificial one. The artificial one is about you crossing a male fish to a female fish and producing to you what we call the fryers. So all these are the process of the production, and after the production we have different species of catfish around that. Present most commonly species we have presently in the country is what we call the Clarus garipinos. We have a lot of Clarus species, but the Clarus garipinos is what we are having, which we call the Dutch Clarus. They are the pure Clarus, which are, to me, which I recommend for farmers because they do very well and they grow very well. We have the angularis, most especially from the wild. You see a lot of species of fish farming, of species of catfish, and we have again what we call the Heterobancus. Heterobancus are majorly from the wild. You can see them anywhere in the wild. These are very popular for those of us that picks fish from the wild, most especially those in other, maybe the northern, the other African country like Malawi, Gambia. We have it in Ghana. We have in different places that they presently pick their fish from the wild. They got most of the what we call the Heterobancus. And again, we have what we call the hybrid. Hybrid are what we call the crossbreed of the pure claras and the Heterobancus. Note, these are what we call we call it crossbreed. That means if you are using any of the species of catfish available, if you are crossing one to the other, it automatically give you what we call the hybrid. And the hybrid really simplify what? It simplifies fast growth. That means growth between different kind of growing species of fishes. We have it in every area of animal husbandry. We have hybrid in our dogs, we have hybrid in our sheep, our cow. Every part of animal husbandry, we have what we call the hybrid. So hybrid in catfish farmings are the growing type that grows in a very long time. That means you produce it from, you have a tendency of growing very well from the 5th month to maybe, depending on maybe 2 years, 3 years, if you can cope with that. Yeah, but as a fish, I call myself an agropreneur. As an agropreneur, I don't think I want to go into that. I want to go into a very fast fish that will give me a return. Yeah, I'm an Ijebu boy, and we are into business, and my mom is an Igbo woman, so I tap into the Ijebu part of it and the Igbo part of it to make sure that everything I'm doing is based on money, is based on making profit. So I do go for fishes that will give me fast money. So that is why I normally go into what we call the melange. Yeah, and as I tap into the melange, I go into other value chains that I'll be talking about, that challenges we are having in fish farming presently. Yeah, this is just an introduction for those of us that we want to go into fish farming. And again, let me point this out. If you want to go into fish farming, there's what we call the ponding system. Yeah, the ponding system, depending and determine on the topographic level of your land that you want to use. I do receive a lot of calls on a daily basis, and which we talks about building a pond for them. And the first thing I ask is the type of the land they are using, so that we can know the type of ponding system that will be suitable and available for that area. So in fish farming, commonly we have what we call the concrete pond, which we have 3 categories of it. We have 3 categories of concrete pond here. We have what we call the tarpaulin pond, and we have 3 categories of tarpaulin pond. What I mean by categories is about the retainership, the sustainability, the duration of the pond. That means the quality of the pond is what I determine as the first grade, the second grade, and the third grade. Yeah, so we have that too for the tarpaulin pond, and we have what we call the eating pond. We have the major eating pond, we have the semi-eating pond. Yeah, the major eating pond is the eating pond that you dug and water started revolving from the floor. That the water started coming up, pushing out from the floor. That is the major eating pond. We have what we call the semi-eating pond. Semi-eating pond are for those people that needed an actually area for their fishes to stay, which we know that this is it stands like what we call the natural habitat for the fish farmer, for the fishes to stay. And we all know that if fishes do stay in the natural habitat, there are a lot of advantages they have in that too as well. Most of the advantages they have is the water management. Yeah, most especially if you are having maybe called the acidic water or the alkaline water in your area. If you are in a natural way, conveniently most of this water is being controlled by nature, because because of the soil and most of the eco system that do run in the system. Yeah, so these do control that too as well. So this, we have what we call the earthen pond. The earthen pond gush out water, and you can run your flow through system in that, which people normally have good result. But if you are using a semi-netting pond are for those people that needed a natural source for their fishes. Maybe water is not really gushing out from the floor. Some people will even concrete the floor. Some people will use what we call the lining, and you put in your water. So putting in your water, you run the flow through system. With that, you may be getting water from the stream, maybe water that is around the vicinity. You may bring in water from them. You may bring water from the well or borehole in order to sustain and to retain your water. So then we now go to what we call the concrete pond. It has 3 categories too as well. We now go into what we call the plastic tank, which you see many people use around. We have lot of liters. We have the 1,000 to maybe 10,000 liters of tanks, depending. And but the most cheapest part of, we have the fiber tank, sorry, but the most cheapest types of this concrete of this ponding system to me is what I call the tarpaulin pond. Yeah, tarpaulin pond is the most cheapest, and tarpaulin pond are what we call, they are movable. You can move them from one part to the other, and you can fold them in an area that is excluded. Maybe you want to use a certain area, you may fold them and put it in a small space, and when you want to use them, you now take it back for usage. All those other systems cannot be used. Concrete pond is highly expensive, depending, most especially if you want to go to the first grade, which is pure concrete. So if you need some of this ponding system to be done in your area, maybe you are interested in fish farming, make sure that you contact me, and I will give you a brief lecture on this so that you can really know which one you need to go into. And despite that, make sure that you contact a pro, make sure that you contact a mentor like us, so that we can do it for you. If you are running what we call the concrete pond or any of these ponds, you need to look at some factors for fish farming. You don't just give this to a quack, or you give it to what we call the bricklayers. They are not, most of the bricklayers are not expert in constructing what we call the fish pond. Make sure that you have a mentor, like a fish farmers, to guide them to give you the best. Yeah, a mentor for fish farming will do this for you and mentor you and give them the best. Make sure that you contact me. My number is on the screen, on the screen. Make sure that you get my number. You chat me on WhatsApp. That is where I normally chat with people. I don't like calls. I chat with you. By the time you chat with me, I'm always online 24/7. By the time you chat with me, I respond to you immediately.